Hi there, welcome back to a new video. I was actually due to finish another journaling page, but I really wasn't in the mood, and I've had this book, as you know, sat on my desk for ages now waiting to be turned into a journal, and that's what I'm in the mood for doing today. So I'm going to pull up my chair and I've decided to make a journal instead of actually journaling today. So you may well have seen this book already. I bought it from Amazon. It's a softback book, so I need to do something about that. But basically we're planning a Route 66 trip for next year. Something we've been planning for 10 years now. We wanted to do it to celebrate our 50th birthdays. I was 50 this year, Aid's turning 50 next year, so we're doing it in the middle of our birthdays. I'm really excited about it. So what gave me the idea was we're doing a lot of planning for this trip, and I felt like I needed a planning book. And then I started looking at different the little golden books and all various things, and then I found this. But this is actually more of a planning book. It's got information all through it. I'll leave the link to it actually, about where to stop off. It's even got like song playlist ideas, different things to stop off and see. So I thought it would be a really good one to actually have. But what I like about it, it's also got information you can fill out during the actual road trip. Now it goes all the way to day 40. We're not doing 40 days. So I don't want to put that many days in, but I would like to include quite a lot of blank paper. I'm going to use this one, I think, so that I can fill out this as well. I might get some normal lined paper too, so that I can also do some planning, because we've done quite a few different hotel bookings so far. We've booked flights, so I would like to write it all in, have everything in here, all our research, and then also have this then with us to fill in when we're out there. So that's the plan. Now this isn't the kind of book I would usually turn into the journal. Like I said, it's a soft cover. It's also not very good for taking apart, so this is going to be quite the challenge, and I'm wondering about using some of these papers to thicken them, because it's quite thin. So I might see how that goes. Let's put those to one side. The first thing I'm going to do though is try and take this to bits. So this is quite nerve-wracking. I might take a photo of the book actually before I attack it. I'm going to use my Cinch machine. I want to try and keep this thin. It's a book I want to take with me when we travel, so I don't want a big chunky journal, which is also why I want to make the cover a little bit sturdier. I need to remember where I put my wires actually. I haven't used this for a while. I'm starting to worry where I'd put them then. So I want to try and keep it quite thin. I might go with these ones, the white ones, because we're not going to have huge amounts of pages. It's not going to bulk out. Will that one be okay? I think so. I think I'm going to try that one. Let's see how that goes. Not going to lie, I am nervous about doing this. I don't want to mess it up and have to buy another book. I want to keep as much of this cover as possible. I don't need that. Oh, I do want that one actually, because I want that cover. So I'm just wondering what the best way will be to do this, because they are literally glued on. This one actually feels like it's part of the cover. I wonder if I can cut along there. I think I need to take that with me. This is going to be a fiddly one. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's a good start. Let's take the back off as well. It's being confident, but not being overconfident and damaging it. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. We've got our covers. So now we need to almost release these ones. Okay, they're coming off together. And actually this might be easier than I thought, because I want these. I'm tearing them off in twos. They seem a bit sturdier to do that way. I don't want to crease them. Okay, and we want this one. Oh, what's on this one? Oh look, all the different locations. I like that. I'd love to know if you've turned anything into a journal that has been, oh look, all the gift shops and things, a little bit trickier for you. I'd love to hear. Ah, right, that one's torn. And it's day 5, which I want. Okay, I think maybe we need to go back to this way. We can deal with that, that's fine. I might do them. Oh, there's a few that tore actually. Not the end of the world. It's only paper. We can deal with that. Right, I'm trying to think roughly how many days are we doing, because we are only doing half of it and then we're switching and driving down to Disney. But I would much rather have too many pages than not enough and just have to remove some. So I think I might do maybe 18. I could even continue it through Disney actually, couldn't I? Because we're actually planning on something after the Disney bit. Oh look, we've got quite a bit of glue on there. Let's remove that. So I think I worked out we're planning maybe 30 odd days. Now I'm going to put them in order like that. I guess thinking about it, kind of want that really on that side, don't I? I'm just looking at this because for me it seems wrong that we're starting, although then that like that, so that goes in there. Okay, so 33, 32, that makes sense. And I might then just trim up the edges. I want to pop them in order first. Really quite a lot more pages than I realised initially. I think what I may well need to do is take a wider wire because I don't want them squished and I want to add in my planning pages. Right, I'm going to grab my trimmer and actually do this as I go. Like seeing here, this one has got a lot of thick glue on it. So let's tidy as we go. I'm also very aware that the cinch is going to eat into quite a lot of this. I'm just going to do my best. That's all I can do. Okay. Let's keep this in order now because I don't want it all muddled up. Sometimes these kind of projects just take quite a lot of thought, don't they? It's not really one that you can just easily throw together. I'm really having to think about this one. I'm getting completely confused now. I think I should have done this as I went along. I'm going to really need to check those dates now to make sure that they're all in order still. Right, so I know that these are right, and then we finish up with 29. So I want 28 down there, that's correct. That one is 24, so 23 is on there, and 18 on there. Excellent. And then I think what I'm going to do is just, I think it's easier to actually do these as I go along. I have definitely set myself a challenge with this one, haven't I? This is definitely my most challenging journal to date. Okay, I have got them all in here. This is going to be much thicker than I realized. I'm just going to go through, always when you are making a journal, check and double check that everything is in the correct order and the correct way around. I've done it before where I've got things upside down. It's so easily done. So I think it's so important. It's so much easier to fix now. Just takes a few extra minutes, not even a few, just a couple of extra minutes, rather than if you've made it or you're part way through and then you've got to undo things and redo them, possibly damage something in the meantime. So do double check as you go along. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with my back cover. And I've got my front one. Right, I do though want to add a decent amount of planning pages. Now I really like this, but I might just have a look and see what else I've got. This just seems so boring though, doesn't it? I think I will go with this. I want quite a few. Not so much during the book, but the actual beforehand on all the different trip planning bits and pieces. I'd rather have too many than not enough. Again, I can always tear them out. So let's go with this. I'm going to need to trim them down. Do I think that's going to be enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that will be plenty because we've got both sides as well. I now need to cut them to the right side. We're going to trim off the edge, and then also it's a little bit on the large size, so we want to make sure that it's the same size as the actual book pages. So that's here. I don't mind it being slightly smaller. These will go, I've actually got my junk tray here because I was about to journal. So they can go in there. I don't need my craft knife anymore. That can go away. I like to tidy up as I'm going along. Let's see how this looks. Now, I quite like the idea of having, I think I might have the planning first actually, planning pages. Or do we have, what's on this one? We've got this one to start with. And then these, oh, these are still together. I quite like the idea actually of maybe having, I don't know, it will be easier to do the planning without having to turn pages first. So I think we'd have the planning pages first. I thought all this was separate, but I haven't. Isn't it a cool book? I'm so happy with this find. Yeah, I think that's it now. Oh no! Right, planning pages and cover. Cool, we're getting there. So I think I might get a large one. The next thing I want to do is thicken this. Now I am going to try and take this off. I've done it. Just purely because I want to thicken this. I've got 2 pieces of cardstock that I've put to one side. I love this one because it's got a little bit of travel on there, but I also love this one as well. Oh, I like the thing on there. I think I'm going to start with this one. This is one from Pretty Little Studio. I'm going to stick this down, and again it's just purely one. It's not a pretty cover. I want it to look really nice, but also I want to make it just a little bit sturdier. I think it would be best if I do it this way. I might actually add that like that. Then the cover's slightly larger. I think that would work better. I think so. And then I can have the loops through there. I might end up using some double-sided sticky tape for this. It feels quite a gamble. pulling this book together like this. Okay, that is pretty. I like that a lot. And then, and it feels a nice sturdy amount out as well. And I'm going to do exactly the same with this one. I've also just had another idea as well. Right, so it's the plain side I want. Oh, that's so fun. That reminds me of Disneyland, California. Let's just make sure there's a decent enough amount of glue. I'm fancying including a pocket or something like that so I can pop bits and pieces in. Right, so before I stick it down properly, yeah, that is the right side. Again, always check and double check. Let's stick that down properly. I love even just the map on this side. And then when I get back, what I will do is have a proper memory keeping journal as well. I just thought this would be really, really nice. Just something easy and basic to use on the trip for some very quick memory keeping. I'm going to make this one slightly bigger as well, so I can journal kind of on the go, but really quickly, because I find, because we vlog as well, my time is taken up a lot with vlogging and everything to do with vlogging. And I used to always keep trip journals when we went away, and I just can't do it anymore. I really struggle with it. Okay, right, I'm going to see if I've got something I can use as a pocket inside. This was sent to me as Happy Mail years ago. This could work out really, really well. And I might do it that side, because this side, I guess it is still going to work, isn't it? Yeah, I quite like the idea. Yeah, no, I think I'll do this side. I'll do it at the back. That's what I think I will do. I've also found a paper bag, but obviously nothing's going to be secure with it being in and out my bag. And I think I am going to get a larger wire. I might also add a pocket on the side. I'm going to round off the corners. And use some tape on this one. Then I can use this as well if I want to slide in any information, or if I've got any bits and pieces, I can do that. This paper is so, so pretty. I do this as an ad gifted because it was sent to me as a freebie to use. And I'll leave a link to it down below. There's some really lovely papers in this collection. So all that you need to do a pocket is just literally pop the sticky tape on 3 sides, pop it in, and you've got a very, very easy pocket. For me, sometimes if I write quite a few bits on post-it notes, or just bits like notelets when I'm making notes sometimes. So if it's somewhere I can pop some bits safely while I'm planning, that could work out really well for me. I just realised I've managed to cut this too big. I didn't even realise. But I'm going to need to trim that down so that it fits. There you go. There. And then I've got my little pocket there. So now I need to get the bits on here. I'm quite nervous about doing this, I'll be really honest. Just going to double check we've got things in order again. I've only used the machine a couple of times. Might need to give myself a bit of a reminder how to do this. Right, let's take the guard off. Let's pop this. I'm going to need to have a look, watch my video back of how I did it last time. So I'm doing I did need to do the holes first. I'm going to need to line this up I don't want to get this wrong. I'm going to watch my video back. So just for reference, my journal that I'm making is approximately just over 25 centimeters by 21. Okay, just in case you were wondering. Now, these little bits make the holes. So the first thing I'm going to do, have I got this lined up, is press this down. So we're doing the cover first. Okay. So I'm going to pull this out, and we need to match up the holes. Right, I think I've measured that up correctly. Really make sure as well that you push it in there. Excellent. And what I didn't want to do, and I could have done with one more actually, because this one wasn't completely down to the end. I wonder if I can do that even. Yes, I got one at the end as well, so I'm happy. I wanted that kind of equal. So now I am going to do the back one as well. There we go. And move it along. Go. We've got square holes on this one, by the way. The pink is the square and the mint are the circles. And now I need to do the papers as well. Right, what I am going to do, just going to pop this in the middle. Let's see how well this does. This will be interesting doing the plastic. It has done it, but I might need to just poke a few of these through and just cut them, if that makes sense, just to tidy up the holes. And now I'm going to do the papers. This is going to be the fiddly thing, trying to get it all tidy so that it all lines up. I do feel really nervous about this. It feels a really big deal. And keep those pages all lined up as well. Oops. That's better. Okay, I'm happy with that one. Making sure that you punch the right side as well. Okay, and the last one. Oh, this is caught up at the end. I'm glad I realised that. Like I said, always check and double check. That wasn't laying down quite flat enough. So now I am going to do the binding. I've chosen the black one, and this is where I'm using the flatter pieces there. They go on the actual machine, and we add the pages first, fiddly as well, because there's a lot of the pages. Now I'm just going to quickly check through, one last check to make sure that I am happy. I'm just checking through all the pages to make sure they're in order. Obviously if you were doing plain pages you wouldn't notice it, but because everything of mine is numbered, it's going to be very obvious if they're out of order or upside down, anything like that. But no, that looks good. So then the last thing we put on is the cover, followed by the reverse, and that goes on up on the wrong way so that when we put it together we can turn it round. So that's the way. Now I want to adjust I want my binding coils quite small. So let's see how that looks to start with. I'm going to take this off. I am going to cut off this one here. There we go. Let's move that so you can see. And we're going to need to do this in 2 stages. Oh, and I've added the bag as well. I have made a bit of a mistake. I had shorter wire, but I've made too many holes. But what I did have was the cover was higher or lower actually than the pages. But I think I've sorted it now. And we can always cover things up with stickers if it's not quite right. So I think I'm much happier with that now. We are now going to pop this into the machine. I needed to adjust that actually because it was just a bit too small. Right, let's try that again. Let's squish that down. Move it along. And now I'm going to adjust it slightly because I want it to be smaller than that. Let's turn this around. This has been definitely more of a challenge than my other one. My other ones I've made have been really small. So this is the following day. I did give up with this one. I screwed it up a little bit, but I had a really bad headache and I just could not think straight. So the best thing to always do is to walk away and come back. So I have used a smaller binder today and I am going to try this. When I say binder, smaller wires. So these need to be a little bit on the tighter side. Let's see if this works out better. Oh, what have I done here? I'm struggling with this time. I've made a couple of these and I haven't had a problem. I seem to be, I don't know what I'm doing. I've completely crushed those. I don't know what I'm doing wrong this time that I didn't do last time. That's really odd. And it's done. I could not get my head around this time. I've made them before with no problem, but I really struggled. I think because I'm not feeling great again. I'm just starting to get a cold and that. I just could not get my head around it, but Aid's come in and he's given me a hand. We've got new wires again. And I've got my pocket and I'm really pleased with it. And I think the colours actually go really well. So we've got our planning pages. And then I was worried as well that I didn't have enough room to play with, but it's actually worked out really well. So I recommend doing this if you're nervous about creating a journal from a book that is completely stuck in. Go for it. This has worked out really well. And the pages feel, the back page covers feel really sturdy. So I'm very pleased. I've got a couple of extra pieces there though, so I'm wondering if I can just put either some stickers or something like that to tidy it up. I'm not doing charms because, oh, I quite like the cherries, because it's a practical book. It's going to be in and out my journal, my bag and things, so I just don't want it sort of like to get damaged. So it's yeah, it needs to be practical. I quite like the butterfly up there. Just going through these little die cuts here. Actually, these stickers would be better. So these are really old from Little Rainbow Moon. We've got Explore. I love that. And then I want one. I don't want Get Lost because I really don't want to get lost. I might actually even include these. Let Your Dreams Lead the Way. I like that one. And then maybe a camera down here. Now it's ready to fill in and start adding all our trip details. So I'm excited about this. Didn't quite go as planned, but I'm always very honest, and I'll always show you when things haven't gone as planned, because let's face it, craft projects or any type of project doesn't always go to plan, does it? Sometimes you have to persevere. This time was third time lucky, and thanks to Aid, I couldn't believe that it wouldn't go right after I've made them before. But yeah, you can see on the back here how that's now nice and neat and tidy. The colours actually go really well as well. I'm chuffed with that. Thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope maybe it's inspired you to either make a trip planning journal or to turn a book that you wouldn't usually turn into a journal, but to give it a go anyway. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!